The most disturbing videos on the internet today. Let's dive in. I'm sitting there trying to make sure he doesn't have 6 fingers. What if he did have 6 fingers though?
Las dimensiones.
A little gremlin with aviators.
Check this footage out, y'all. Crypto University here. This is one of the best pieces of footage that we've been able to get our hands on to show you guys. This is a legit Sasquatch that was recorded on a trail cam. And if you look closely, you can even see the gray on its beard. You can make out its nose and its facial features. Right now, it's just walking through the woods, throwing trees around. Check out that gray beard. You can see pieces of it right there, but you're going to keep watching. You're going to see most of his face. There he goes. Look at his nose. I say this is easily a 8 through 9 footer. This was recorded in East Texas. This is a legit Sasquatch, you guys. Look how wide the shoulders are. Check him out. Check this footage out, y'all.
Just a Sasquatch casually uprooting trees and throwing them. Oh man, that probably was the best footage of Sasquatch though I ever seen. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button because we do these videos every single day. And I'd love to see you around. Now let's get straight back into the action.
What if I told you that this movie not only exposed the truth about things going on in our world, but there was also a scene in the movie where they predicted events that could possibly take place in 2025. The fact that this movie came out in 1988 and we're in the year 2025 right now makes it even more scary. So y'all pay attention and let me know what y'all think about it down below in the comments.
Projections show that by the year 2025, not only America, but the entire planet will be under the protection and the dominion of this power alliance. The gains have been substantial, both for ourselves and for you, the human power elite. You have given us entree to the resources we need in our ongoing quest for multidimensional expansion. And in return, the per capita income of each of you here tonight has grown, in this year alone, by an average 39%.
Director John Carpenter also explained his reasoning behind making the film and the message that he was trying to get across.
Matter of fact, right now, it's even more true than it was then. We are manipulated by a lot of media around us. We are consumed by consumerism. And as you can see, the recent events in this country, they are still among us. They do live, indeed.
What if I told you that this movie not only exposed...
They are among us.
Here's a Tibetan prayer wheel. What we have in here, it might be kind of hard to see on this particular one because it's stained dark. We have the mantra Om Mane Padme Hum, which means hail the jewel and the lotus. And what's done then is this is spun and the energies are constantly brought off. Now, Tibetans have these up on monasteries. They're driven by wind. They print their mantras and whatever on flags. So basically, they've imprinted a certain idea. They've embodied a certain idea here, and then through the spin, they radiate it out into the area around it. And being around one of these things has a certain effect. I can feel a very gentle healing coming off of this.
Yeah, I've used this one for many years.
Very interested in this and had developed a golden mean ratio antenna for the Lakowski device.
It was actually made to be driven with high frequency currents,
where the outside would be excited and the inner rings would oscillate.
But this puts out a very gentle energy effect all by itself.
Right, we found you didn't need power once you structured the antenna properly. And perhaps we should show the back. Show that the circle is closed. There's a conjugate strips covering the back. Here's the front and back, exactly how it is. And these here are actually gold plated.
And these put out a very nice energy. Gave him the mathematical formula for the propagation of the golden ratio spiral, and he plotted and sent to me a single line plotting. And after working with it for a long time, he finally generated this diagram. Bodies the golden ratio and Wilhelm Reich's cosmic superimposition to the maximum degree. If you cut a line from the center to the edge, each time you cut from white to dark, etc., you are cutting through the golden mean, just as you were. Each time the distance, the thickness from here to here to here is a golden mean ratio extension. If you cut a concentric circle around this, you will also get that ratio.
Very pleasing to the eye, I really like that one.
And we've terminated it also with a golden ratio section. And the energy coming off of this is spectacularly gentle. And if you put a magnet or a pulsing generating field near this, the effects get very large.
This here is a Tibetan,
Is this the origin of MK Ultra? It kind of felt like I was getting zoomed in, like if it started spinning, I was going to get hypnotized.
The CIA wanted to take control of people's minds, and they realized it was a two-part process. First, you need to blast away the existing mind, and second, you need to find a way to insert a new mind into the resulting void. This is what's known as Project MK Ultra, the most sustained search in history for techniques of mind control. After World War II, the tension between the two emerging superpowers, the US and the then Soviet Union, was at an all-time high. The threat of nuclear was hanging over everyone's head, and all technological progress didn't stop at the atom bomb, and both sides were continuing to invent bigger and badder weapons. But what both sides knew is that the most dangerous weapon was information, and the US became increasingly concerned that the Soviets had discovered a drug or technique that would allow them to control human minds. In response, the CIA began its own secret program to search for a mind control weapon they could use against their enemies. The experiments were covertly funded at universities and research centers, as well as American prisons and detention centers in Japan, Germany, and the Philippines, and the subjects endured procedures including electroshock and high doses of hallucinogens. Going back to the two-part process of mind control, it said they were extremely successful at blasting away the existing mind, but they didn't get too far on replacing it. In the 1960s, Project MK Ultra was shut down, and due to its top secret nature, we will never know just how many people were affected by it. That is all for this video, but as always, if this interested you and you want to see more like it, I'd really appreciate it if you click the plus.
You guys seen Captain America Winter Soldier? Yeah, Winter Soldier went through MK Ultra.
In 1985, Dr. Robert Miller developed what he called quantum phase corrective lenses to help his 12-year-old daughter Emily, who suffered from severe visual impairment. The breakthrough should have revolutionized optical science. Instead, it led to one of physics' most disturbing unsolved cases. Initial tests were promising. Emily reported perfect vision for the first time in her life. Then, after 3 days of use, she began describing wrongness in what she saw. "The air is breathing," she wrote in her diary. "Everything is inside something's stomach. We're floating in digestive fluid. It's so big I could barely see it. It's laughing at us. All of us." Her final coherent statement to hospital staff. "The thing, it keeps us dreaming so we don't feel ourselves being consumed, being digested." Dr. Miller found Emily in their bathroom on March 14th. 1985. She had removed her own eyes with her hands. Before sedation, she repeatedly thanked him for making me blind again. The prototype glasses were never recovered. Miller's research notes, found partially burned, contained equations that leading physicists called impossible and architecturally incompatible with our universe. Miller vanished 2 weeks later. His final recorded phone call to colleague Dr. James Chen contained one cryptic statement: "The human eye evolved to see what we need to survive, not what's actually there." A 1986 investigation found Emily's diary contained recurring sketches of what appeared to be vast, cellular structures surrounding everyday objects. The final page showed a crude drawing of Earth, labeled Nutrient Sac number 4.2 times 10 to the 9th. Emily remains institutionalized. During rare lucid moments, she asks nurses to check if the sky is still digesting.
Is the sky still digesting? How disturbing was that quantum story?
Let's talk about music. You told me you're not going on tour anytime soon. Eternal Sunshine, you've said the deluxe edition is in the can. What's the next step? What do we got?
The next step is the next step is the next step. It means it must come out. You know, it's been...
Do you have a release date?
You know what? They did the Brighter Days memory erasure treatment to me, so I'm having trouble remembering the details. They're foggy because at the Brighter Days clinic they do the memory erasure, you know? The memory erasure, they erase my memories. It's a little foggy, but...
If you could remember struggle, tell me. Give me a date.
You know what? I'll have to go back to the clinic and see if they can restore my memory.
They're gonna be soon. Because the fans want to know.
And trying to make a joke out of it.
So, Mark, you have to learn the language of my fans because soon means 10 days or less. I'm not allowed to use that word at this moment.
So it's not less than 10 days.
I'm not going to use that word today.
Let's talk about it.
Sounds like she got hit by that little Men in Black flash.
There's a certain amount of distance between the bodies in junior high.
Yes, like they say in Catholic school, leave room for the Holy Ghost. Anyway, there is a lot of memories today, actually. It's a big day in youth.
There's a certain amount of distance between the bodies in junior high.
Yes, like they say in Catholic school, leave room for the Holy Ghost. Anyway, there is a lot of memories today, actually. It's a big day in youth.
There's a certain amount of distance between the bodies in junior high.
Yes, like they say in Catholic school, leave room for the Holy Ghost. Anyway, there is a lot of memories today, actually. It's a big day.
What happened to him? It looked like he got rebooted. Here we have a stunning visual representation of what's under the pyramids. Some type of generating oscillators. Incredible. What could it be? Could giants made this? Is what's running through my mind. How could they have made it without the help of giants is the question.
This next one is one of the scariest UFO videos I've ever seen. And I have a little history with this one. It's actually becoming very popular right now.
What on earth is this on the mountain?
This next one is one of the scariest UFO videos I've ever seen. And I have a little history with this one. It's actually becoming very popular right now. I've seen it trending all over Twitter and Reddit. I saw it on Facebook, everywhere. I've seen it everywhere. But it's actually a very old video. This, look, here's one orb. Sorry, I will go into it. One of the orbs just showed up. Here's the other. Bam, here's the third. This video I saw around 2012, 2014. I think it was 2014, right around the time that the Malaysian flight 370 disappeared. And many are speculating this is that flight. This video did come out around that time, as did a few other things that were very strange. But I can't guarantee that this is that flight. But I can tell you that this video is genuine. I remember when it first came out, people trying to debunk. This next one is one of the scariest.
I think it's genuine as well, for entertainment purposes only. Something just feels off. Something just doesn't seem right. Every time I hear something about the Pope or Vatican, it just doesn't seem right.
This is not a conspiracy. This is scary. So in 2018, scientists discovered a black hole really, really far. Like I want to say it was like 16 million light years away. Something crazy.
Whoa.
Super far from us. They're watching it literally swallow a star.
Oof.
It was sucking a star in.
Did it move or the star move?
The star was getting sucked into this black, like, so it was just like light streams going into this black hole.
And where is it going?
Listen to this. What they thought they knew of black holes, well, they don't know a lot. Stuff gets sucked into it because it's just this mad force of gravitational pull. It just sucks everything in.
Yeah.
But this year, they looked at the same black hole and it was spitting the star back out. Like, so light and stuff was coming out of this black hole. Just like, so it was like regurgitating this star.
Just
but
recycling it.
Like broken apart though. So it's like, what's on the other side? Yeah.
Oh, I thought a star was just a ball of gas.
It is. But light and stuff was coming out of it. So it was like it sucked the star in with the light, fire, all that, whatever a star is. And it was spitting it straight back out.
That's
3 years
terrifying.
later.
It's crazy the different types of things they talk about in space, like the black hole, and there's actually something called a white hole, which I believe that's what they were describing. Miami Mall incident done by AI. That wouldn't make a bad movie. If they had these giant creatures in there, that wouldn't make a bad movie.
Now he will show us something. Now he will show us something. Normal sound. No. 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 Now he will show us something.
So how did they hollow those stones out is the first question I'm asking. If you made it this far, go.
Something legitimately strange going on in the skies. There's something legitimately strange going on in the skies over northern Ohio. I've gotten these videos sent to me several times over the last several weeks. This is from Lake County, just off the shoreline over Lake Erie from Mentor. Glowing orbs in the sky, stationary orbs that don't move, but the lights keep flashing and spinning around. Here's a close-up of that glowing orb. Notice the lights just moving around in a circle, flashing different colors. Now, what could it be? Could it be a drone? Maybe, but it's very large. And again, it sits there in the sky. It's been appearing for several weeks in a row, just randomly at night, off the shoreline of Mentor, Ohio, east of Cleveland. So what could it be? Put it in the comments below. Maybe it's a UFO. Are aliens invading northern Ohio? There's something legit.
For entertainment purposes only, don't believe everything you hear or see on this video. It could have possibly been just an orb. But what are orbs specifically?
King list records rulers who reigned for tens of thousands of years. One ruled for 43,200 years. But after a great flood, their lifespans suddenly shrank to human norm. Strangely, ancient Hindu texts describe something similar. During Satya Yuga, humans supposedly lived for 100,000 years, but in later ages, lifespans decreased. Coincidence? The Sumerian king list records
What? 100,000 years? Oh my goodness. That is crazy. If you made it this far, go ahead and drop Sunday action in the comments below, so it lets me know you made it this far, and I just want to say thank you. This was the most disturbing videos on the internet today. See you tomorrow.